Alright, so now that you've mastered part 1 of the VIPKID grading rubric on ESL Essentials, are you ready for part 2, the teaching skills? Hello and welcome to part 2 of my video series on how to pass your VIPKID interview in mock class. If you've been paying attention, you've seen my first video where I talk about part 1 of the rubric. That's right, the rubric the mock class mentor is used to score your performance on and to get you that passing score. Now we're going to talk about part 2 today, which is all about teaching skills. But before we start teaching skills, let's ask a question. Did you watch part 1? If not, you can find the link in the description below. And if you already did, I have a question. What part was the toughest for you to grasp? Where do you need more help in? I can help you. Feel free to contact me. I have some contact information in the description below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel because you're going to want to see part 3. So now let's talk about scoring. I have good reason to believe you're scored on a 5-tier scale, going from absence to exceptional. The tiers are absence, developing, fair, exceeding, and exceptional. I'm only going to tell you how to get the exceptional score because you don't need anything else. Alright, so now that we're caught up to speed, let's talk about what's in part 2, the teaching skills. Behavior management, rapport, lesson objectives, pacing, classroom commands, content delivery, and extension. Alright, now let's talk about behavior management. Introduce a reward system in which the student understands they're being rewarded. Continue to give verbal praise for a job well done. Distribute the reward and praise evenly throughout the lesson. Make sure the reward system can be seen throughout the lesson. Behavior management is your reward system. You're going to have 5 stars you can give out by clicking on them. You want to distribute them evenly throughout the class. But on top of this, you need a secondary reward system. A bit superfluous, yeah, but you gotta do it to pass. So to do this, you can use anything. I think VIPKID gives you the smiley face where you draw the teeth on. But the kicker is, it's gotta be displayed throughout the entire class. The student needs to be able to see it. And on top of this, the student needs to understand they're being rewarded for a job well done. So make sure you give praise when you give that reward. Give a great introduction to the student. Ask the student's name. Ask if they're happy today. Interact with the student in a positive way throughout the lesson. Give a positive and endearing goodbye. Okay, and now for rapport. Rapport is your relationship with the student. This all begins in an introduction. You want to say your name. You want to ask the student their name. You want to ask some questions. How old are you? Where do you live? You want to have a little bit of a bond between you. And you want to keep this flow going throughout the class. Smile, be happy. Look interested in anything they have to say, whether it be part of the lesson or not. And then your goodbye. Try to make that special. Make it seem like you really love spending time with them and want to see them again. All slides need to be taught except for the activity and the goodbye slides. Teach the slides and meet their objectives in the order of the slides. Try to relate the lessons to the student's interest. Alright, next up is lesson objectives, and this is exactly what it sounds like. You need to meet the objectives of each slide and finish each slide except for the goodbye and activity slides. When you're doing this, try to expand a little bit. Try to relate the content into something the student might have expressed interest in. If the student really liked talking about colors, ask more about colors. Complete all slides in 10 minutes, don't skip any content, adjust the amount of time used on each slide. Alright, the next topic is pacing. This is where a lot of teachers have trouble because you need to get through every slide in 10 minutes. You don't want to be done early, you don't want to be done late. A trick I like to use for this is try to save up time. If the student is saying things perfectly, don't sit and have them repeat it over and over again. 2-3 times, move on, go to the next one. And in case the student's perfect throughout the lesson, just have some extension questions in mind. If they said they liked pizza, ask, do they like bananas? Like I said before, just have some questions in mind to ask at the end so you get done at 10 minutes. Combine TPR with verbal instructions to clearly let the student know what is expected of them. Pointing to your mouth to instruct the student to speak, cupping your ear to let the student know you're ready to listen to them, and drawing a circle while making a circling hand motion. Alright, next up is classroom commands, and this is how you control your classroom. You want to make sure the student knows exactly what you expect of them at all times, and you can do this through verbal and TPR cues. When you're talking, point to your mouth. When you want the student to speak, cup your ear. Make sure you circle something if you want the student to circle. Make a little circle with your finger to show them what you want and expect. All slides have been taught. Use differing methods to teach. Use acting. Use puppets. Modulate your voice. Singing. Be enthusiastic. Deliver your lesson in a smooth and creative manner that is engaging. Present your content in a way that maximizes student engagement. Alright, next up is content delivery. This is how you deliver your lesson to the student. You want to use different methods. You can sing, you can act, you can use puppets, you can change the modulation of your voice, you can speak loudly, you can speak softly, you can whisper. You can do so many things to try to make your class as engaging as possible. Use only if you have time, and all the slides will be completed in 10 minutes. Build upon the lesson by asking questions that build upon the lesson's content. Try to create active learning beyond the lesson's objectives. Alright, next up is extension. Remember what I said earlier. You want to meet all the objectives of the lesson first, and if you've met these in less than 10 minutes, you need to extend because you can't finish before 10 minutes. So think about the lesson objectives. See if you can expand. Maybe have them say sentences with new vocabulary words. Just try to get them saying something and expand and make it as fun as possible. Alright, so now we're done with part 2 of the rubric. Be sure to subscribe because part 3 on professionalism is coming up soon. And also, if you're thinking about applying to VIPKID, please use my referral code, which you'll find in the description below. Bye everybody, thanks for watching.